down, set, Houston Life.
I get it.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
That's right.
Okay, well, welcome back to Houston Life. It is football season. If you are not naturally drawn to the sport, maybe our next guest can change your mind, or at the very least, keep you informed and entertained.
Absolutely. Lisa Shurter is a native Houstonian and an author of Go Taylor's Boyfriend. It's a Swifties guide to football. So she's here now to tackle all of our burning questions. Welcome to Houston Live, Lisa.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay, we're so happy to have you, and we're glad that you got the chance to write this book and that this couple has stayed together and that we're supporting them.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
give us some background on how this idea even started.
Well, I have to start with I brought you guys a little gift. We cannot talk about Tay-Tay without exchanging friendship bracelets.
Swiftie bracelet.
Yes.
So here we go.
This is so nice.
They don't really match your outfit.
That's
but
okay.
They match the Houston Live theme and they match Kansas City. So.
These are awesome.
We love.
We will wear them proudly.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it.
So I kind of got the idea back in January, which was a little late to hop in on starting to write a book because the season was winding down. So I just thought all along, please stay together, guys. If you could stay together till next season and I can crank this book out before that starts, it would be great. And they did. So thanks, Taylor and Travis. You really made this work for me. So I'm a lifelong football fan. I grew up in Texas. So, I told Tessa it's kind of like a religion in Texas, like another religion in addition to all the other ones we have. Grew up an Oilers fan. We had Oilers season tickets. We would rush over from church, sometimes in our church clothes, to the old dilapidated Astrodome, but it was nice then, sort of. And we would go to Oilers games, so grew up knowing the game. I don't even really remember how exactly I learned about the game, just being there, and it was kind of by osmosis, I guess, and learning from my parents. My mom really is the bigger fan, which she would be glad to hear me say. It's true. My dad's more of a college fan than an NFL fan. But so we, grew up around football. So, still watch it. My husband is a diehard fan, huge fan. He watches all Saturday, all Sunday throughout the fall. He joneses for football when it's away. So he's so happy right now. This is his favorite time of year. So I thought, when Taylor started showing up on the screen and drawing in new watchers, I won't call them fans yet. Maybe I will make them fans as they learn about the game. I thought, what a great opportunity to maybe teach people about this game that I love and people in my home love. And I'm a teacher at heart. I was a teacher for many, many years, and then I became a nurse. So I thought, I can teach something that I know. So I started writing the book. I wanted to make it kind of easy to read, which is why, it's a little short. I didn't want to make it overwhelming. And I wanted people to be able to figure out what's going on the screen in between trying to figure out, well, who's with Taylor in the suite and what is she wearing today? So if they can learn a little more about the game, maybe it's more exciting for them to watch. I love that the game has brought them together. Maybe dads and daughters are watching together, dads and sons. I mean, boys love Taylor too. Husbands and wives, who are Taylor fans and now are watching with their husbands, and maybe that's a great thing. So that was kind of my inspiration. And we're huge Swifties in our house, clearly. I guess that goes
The
without
Swifties,
saying.
I'm guessing your two daughters, Allie, who's 22, and Emma, 21. I don't know how you have children that old.
Oh, well, that's a different story for a different time.
Okay, you can explain the math at another point. There's your beautiful family.
Yeah.
So the whole household, Swifties, a football family. Essentially, is this sort of like the Cliff's Notes of football then?
I would say definitely it's Cliff's Notes. I tried not to get too detailed because I didn't want people to start reading the book and be like, what am I reading here? So I tried to kind of water it down a little bit so that, like, if the ref said something like first down, you could look and be like, well, what the heck is a first down? What is pass interference? What is the red zone? What is, what are the positions? Of course, I had to highlight, a tight end because our new favorite player, Travis, is a tight end. So we have to know, what is a tight end? What does a quarterback actually do? Yeah, he's kind of the star, but what is his job? What is offense? What is defense? So I wanted people to understand, what's happening instead of just sitting there waiting for Taylor, because they do show her sort of a lot, but
they do.
And people get mad about it, but if you really listen, she's on the screen maybe 25 seconds, and the game's 3 hours long, so 25 seconds isn't that long.
She does show up about 5 or 6 times in the NFL promo video that was released yesterday. She's in it, and they did snub our boy CJ Stroud. That's the only beef I have with the entire situation.
That's sad.
But I am glad, because I feel like this brings people that maybe normally don't think they have a seat at the table and say, hey, it's okay. There's actually a ton of rules, and even if you've played your whole life, you might miss something.
There's rules I don't know for sure, and I have to ask my husband, or I'll say something I think I know, and he's like, well, not really, like, it's not exactly right. So, I mean, and you're always learning because rules change. I mean, there's some brand new rules this year that are happening, and I'm still trying to figure those out.
Well, let's play the game.
Okay, let's
Chat it
play.
out. Okay, and we want you to play along at home too. So hlvote.com. Number one question, it goes to you, Derek, because I already know the questions and I Googled this. What division do the Kansas City Chiefs play in?
Ooh.
Okay, well, Kansas City is in the Midwest,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so I am guessing, probably not the South, probably not the East. I'm guessing probably AFC West. I'm going to go with the one person and the 100% to guess that.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, he's right. See, I had to Google that. I was like, are they in the? I know they will never like play some of the Texas teams, so that's kind of how.
And those divisions can get complicated for a casual viewer because they often wonder, well, why is this team not playing my favorite team?
Right.
Or
32 teams, 17 games a year. They can't all play each other.
Okay, and speaking of the AFC West, what are some of the other teams in that division with the Chiefs?
Oh, with the Chiefs.
Yeah, like they are in that division. They play each other for like a playoff spot.
Wait, so are you quizzing me?
I'm quizzing you. I
I'm
know
the
the
only
answers.
person answering.
You're the smart guy. Come on.
You know what, Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders, since they would all play one another, then I'm going to guess all of the above. Am I correct?
I am so proud of you.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Okay, so far so good. How about question 3 we asked Tessa?
Okay,
Taylor
okay,
Swift has a song with the same names as the famous pose that Travis will sometimes do after he scores a touchdown. What is the title of that song?
I did not have to Google this. It is The Archer. It is The Archer, 100%. I will tell you that is no need to phone a friend.
Lisa, do you want to weigh in?
What are people saying?
She's right. She's right.
She is right. I love that someone voted the man, though. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. That is one of her songs. I can see it. But what would the man pose look like? Can we imagine?
Oh, there you go. The Archer makes sense.
I did think that was off the Folklore album. I will say I didn't
That's
know
okay.
it was Lover.
That's
See,
fine.
see, that's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, Derek, let me ask you now.
Okay, go for
What
it.
is it called when you tackle the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage?
You tackle the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage.
You know this. This is easy for you.
Is it easy for me?
Yes.
I'm second guessing everything because I feel like these are kind of trick questions. Right? Not a toss.
You might need my book, Derek.
I'm not going to guess
You need the
touchdown, not third down. I'm going to guess a sack. I'm going to go with our viewers here. Thank you, viewers, by the way. You all are doing a fantastic
saving
job.
us.
89% say sack. What is the correct answer?
That is correct.
That is
It
correct?
a sack.
Yes.
Can I throw in some Texans trivia here?
Please.
Sure.
So one of our favorite former Texans, J.J. Watt, is the only person in NFL history to lead the league in sacks 3 times.
Wow.
Fun fact for our Texans fans.
He is
There
so
you go.
good.
He is
I miss
amazing.
him.
I do too.
miss
Fun
him
fact
big.
about
Awesome.
sacks.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Oh, okay, final one. And this is a local question, okay? It's not all about Travis. Who do our Houston Texans play this Sunday?
Oh,
Anyone
this
know?
Sunday. Okay, is it the Colts, the Chiefs, the Lions, or the Jets? I'm just going to wait a moment. A little bit of help.
Miami Jets.
Jets.
It's the Miami Jets.
Actually, okay, well, go team. Go Texans, by the
Go
way.
Sports.
Quick story, I know we're out of
Sports
time.
ball.
I was covering Super Bowl 35, the Ravens versus the Giants.
Nice.
Ravens versus the Giants in 2000. It was in Tampa, Florida.
Okay,
And so
okay.
I had to do a bit of brushing up on my football skills. My boss called me in. He said, hey, do you know who's even playing this Sunday when you're at the Super Bowl? And I was like, why don't you ask me that question 5 minutes? And then I ran screaming out of his office. It all worked out. It was fine. Hey, go Texans, by the way. It's,
They are playing the Colts, by the way.
and whether they do well or whether they don't, the true fans stick with a team,
Totally.
win or lose, right?
You have to.
Yeah.
Lisa Shurter, thank you so much for stopping by.
Having me.
We
It was fun.
appreciate
And Go Taylor's Boyfriend, where can people buy the book?
Amazon. You may buy it on Amazon. It is available to you, and hopefully Amazon gets it to you as quickly as all the other Prime stuff.
That's right.
Very
hope.
nice. We also have a link on our website.
That's right.
HoustonLife.tv.
So easy.